Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it is so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All righty, welcome into a Hump Day edition of the JP Peterson Show. Game Day edition of the JP Peterson Show. That's right, baby. We got hockey tonight, real NHL hockey. The hottest team in the league is back on the ice tonight, and we will take you live to Benchmark International Arena with Bolts Hall of Famer Brian Bradley set to join us. I did ask him, are we done with the Canadian tears, or will there be more tears? So I don't know.
Can't wait.
I don't think he was pleased with my ribbing, so he may be angry with me. No,
don't piss off Brian.
No, we'll have a good back and forth. I told him I thought Canada was the better team that day, but sometimes it just doesn't work that way. So anyway, we'll talk to
Brian
and Nathan
Bradley. McKinnon.
That's right. We're on the same page. So we'll chat with him, find out who's playing tonight, who's not. Jake Gensel is back in town. He did not go up to the White House in the State of the Union. It was not a political expression for those of you who want to so badly make it that. He said it was not. It was about getting back to his team and getting ready to play for tonight. So once again, hockey culture wins. Absolutely love it. So we'll talk to Brian Bradley about all that shenanigans going on. We will also be breaking down Todd Bowles and Jason Licht speaking at the Combine. A lot of very interesting things were said. I am here, your Karnak the Magnificent, to read between the tea leaves and tell you exactly what was said. That's what I do, and we will accomplish that once more here today, because they did not say what you think they said. No. And if you're a Mike Evans fan, I'm afraid the news is not good. So we'll get into that a little bit. Also, Johnny Gerber's going to join us. We have picks for the Cognizant as the Florida swing kicks in. And since I played golf with Rondé on Monday in the Valspar, we'll talk a little bit about the Valspar and all the great things going on out there. But Rondé and I did a little bit with our final hole. And I want Johnny to critique our swings and our back and forth.
And he is qualified to do so as a PGA of America certified instructor. So he's got all of the credentials to critique everything on your swing.
And the two drives you will be critiquing on 9, an uphill par 4. Who do you think had the longest drive, Timmy?
Rondé.
The 50-year-old Hall of Famer, football player, still in tremendous shape, a single-digit handicap, probably a 1 or a 2, or the fat old 62-year-old with the recently rebuilt bionic back?
I'm going to say Rondé.
You'd be wrong.
I'd be inaccurate? Oh, no.
You would be inaccurate.
Well, now would Rondé back that up, though? He
admits it. I have video evidence. So,
all right.
So there you go. So we'll have some fun with that. Because you don't think I'm not going to go all in on that? Are you kidding me?
No.
Of course, I would never miss an opportunity to promote myself. You know that. If I don't do it, who's going to do it? That's the way this works. I was an all-pro at every sport in elementary school. Damn right. Still kicking at 62. All right, let's get rid of this, all the shenanigans, get right into it. So yesterday, Todd Bowles and Jason Licht met the media for the first time in quite some time. And once again, it reaffirmed to me that, number one, you can use Todd Bowles interviews as sleep music.
Oh my God. You're not wrong.
True story. I was like, I forgot to watch the Bowles interview. Let me grab this as I jumped into bed and pulled on my phone. Literally.
It's like ASMR, man. You just fall right to sleep.
That's which I usually use. I like you're using your phone and you're holding it in bed and you're so tired that you drop it.
Oh, yeah.
You fall asleep.
Right on your face.
Yeah. Like twice.
I've done
I did
that before.
Twice I did that. And I was like, damn, Todd, you're killing me, bro.
I'm going to start a new FanStream Sports ASMR channel, and all it
is
there you go.
Interviews. There you go. It's like, but what are the different things? God, they always have the greatest. Do you use Insight Timer? I use Insight Timer. They always have the greatest They got like the guided ones, deep sleep meditation, sleep talk.
I've got my catalog.
Deep sleep meditation with affirmations, self-love, happiness, and inner peace. Oh, that's a good one.
Careful.
Wake up with self-love, and yeah, we know what that's all about.
Wake up with self-loving every day. No, my
Anyway,
ASMR
so
choice is Asian massage videos.
Oh my God. So I have to should we even play them? We might lose half the audience. No,
probably so.
All right, so we'll get into that. Well, let me just kind of, as an overview, I'll start with Mike Evans. It is pretty clear that Mike Evans is out the door. I just don't see anything in the tea leaves that tells me that Mike Evans is coming back. And yesterday, it was very much the Bucs saying, hey, it's not you, it's me. It's not you, it's me. It's you can go. There was no, we got to have Mike Evans back at all costs. And not that should have been the narrative. I'm not saying it should have, but that was not the message that the Bucs were putting out yesterday. He's going to be a Buck for life. He's not leaving. He ain't effing coming back. But that's right. What's what I'm saying? He ain't effing coming back. He ain't effing. No, there was none of that. It was he's earned the right to become a free agent. And the tone was everything that you need to hear. Mike's tone has been very much, look, 3rd and 28. Not that Mike has not obviously done interviews where he's explicitly said he's leaving. He has not said that. We're trying to read between the lines. But, we came back after a very, very tough rehab, and then you lose a game. He had a great game, 6 catches, 130 yards against the Falcons, and you lose a game because you give up a 3rd and 28 and a 4th and 14. And I think Todd Bowles has, I think Mike looks at Todd and says, my chances of winning a Super Bowl here are not good. And this is just my read on it. And he knows that defense is going to be exposed, and there was nothing done in the offseason that's going to bring in any new minds to do anything. In fact, everything Bowles said yesterday is just doubling down on everything he's been doing. And anybody who questions his scheme, including Rondé Barber, you don't know what you're talking about. He does not want anybody in those meetings challenging him at all, whatsoever. If you're not a yes man, get the hell out. And listen, he has the right to do that. If you're going to go down with your ship, man. Yeah. Go and listen, I'd probably do it the same way. You double down. You won a Super Bowl with that defense, go do it again. The only problem is you weren't the head coach, and the head coach brought a lot more to the table in terms of offense and leadership and aggressiveness and play calling and managing games. And your record in that realm is terrible. We're not going to go relitigate the reason Todd Bowles should be gone. We all know what they are, but we have to mention it in this situation because Todd, I think my opinion is Mike Evans feels very much the same way. And look, that may not be a bad thing for this Buccaneer team. Look, the bottom line is this defense is awful, and it needs a humongous makeover. No matter what the scheme is, you need better players. No question about it. And listen, the Bowles arguments, you say, well, now you're saying it's the players and it's not Bowles. No, it's Bowles. It's Bowles. Absolutely. I think the defense would be much better with a different scheme and a different coach and a different vision, 100%. I think we've proven that Todd cannot be a head coach and a DC at the same time. He admitted as much yesterday that he spent too much time with the offense, which is one of the reasons he fired Josh Grizzard and hired Zach Robinson, because he wanted a more experienced play caller, and also didn't want Zach showing up in the division again where he would kick his ass twice a year.
Yeah.
Absolutely devouring his defense. And that comment that Zach made still bugs me about how much he stayed up at night going in, and then you torched him every time. Get out of here with that. It's inauthenticity. I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to butter up to your coach and your organization. I get all that, but don't take us for fools. That's insulting. It really is. I think Zach's going to do a great job. I would counsel him from the JP Peterson Show media PR firm. Don't do that. Don't talk down to us. Don't say silly stuff like that. We're not that stupid. But that said, Bowles feels like he spent too much time with the offense. Another excuse. A lot of what I heard yesterday, it just really did not sit well with me, in my opinion. Again, we love Todd. He's a great dude, but he's going all in on him. And I don't blame him. I don't blame him, which, you're 63 years old, 62 years old. What, you're going to change your ways right now? No, I wouldn't do that. They're going to give you another shot, double down on whatever you think is right. I get it. Now, I don't think it's going to work. I think it's going to be a disaster again. Yeah. But, that's his right. And that's what this is where the Bucs are going. They do not want to fire Todd Bowles. They are okay with mediocrity. That's clear. They're not an urgent program right now. They're not a team that's going all in. They're not an aggressive team in terms of their philosophy and in what they're doing. Clearly, to me, whether it's money from the owners or just a complacency, I don't care. It's not my cup of tea. There are too many teams in this league that are going balls out, that are super urgent about everything, that fire coaches that are 95 and 50, have won Super Bowls and multiple division championships, winning more than 8 games. Those guys all got fired. Todd Bowles remains. It's not a serious organization. It's just not. So, I mean, I hate saying that, but that's the way the Bucs look right now. And when you're looking at Mike Evans ain't here for it.
When you're looking at the prognosis for 2026 with Bowles coming back, look, we talk about in the offseason, speculation and predictions. They don't mean that much. But when you're looking at the win-loss total predictions, right, from Vegas, those things are usually pretty accurate. And the Bucs are expected to be in the running again for the division. But what we said their total was what,
it's a mediocre division.
It was 8.5 wins was the projection,
mediocre.
Which is usually pretty accurate.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean,
Vegas does a lot of great things. Predicting win totals at this time of the year is not one of them. That's actually quite ridiculous to try to predict win totals at this time of year.
It is.
We haven't done free agency or the draft or anything. It's ridiculous.
They've been pretty good with the Cowboys. I'm just going to say.
Well, they've been terrible with the Bucs. They've been an easy over till last year. For the last 6 to 8 years, they've been an easy over. But that being what it said, I understand what you're saying. But look, everybody views this team as mediocre, and because they are. They're just meh. They're 8.5. Like the rest of the league, you're almost given 8.5. That's like 400 on the SAT.
Especially in a bad division, right? Half of that's going to be division wins.
Yeah, I mean, it is what is that where you want to be? Is that really where you want to be, Bucs? Good God! And you can't tell me that going out and aggressively hiring a better head coach would not have changed the fortunes and the hope of the fans. Of course it would. That was your opportunity, and you had plenty of opportunity with some really good guys that are out there, still out there. Oh, well, this guy's taking a year off. This guy didn't want to go. Oh, you know what? Bruce Arians came out of retirement because he liked what you were doing and the opportunity. Man, nobody's doing that right now. Nobody loves. You think John Harbaugh was salivating to come here? No. You think Sean McDermott was like, oh, yeah, that's where I want to be? No.
And look, if we were talking about a Bucs team that last year won the division, won 10 games, won their first round wild card game, and maybe bowed out in the second round in the divisional round, do you think
2 years ago? 2 seasons ago.
No, but I'm saying last year, if that happened last year.
Oh, yeah, okay.
If that happened last year, do you think we're sitting here talking about, oh my God, is Mike Evans, does he want to play for the Bucs again?
No.
I mean, if he's coming back as a Buck. Like, there's no question. But he saw what this thing was last year, 3rd and 28, 4th and 14.
Yep.
I mean, he was screaming it on the sideline, right? Like during the game. I think that was a pretty good indicator of his frustration.
Yeah.
And yet the team's done nothing. And not that you should cater to your, the wants of your star players, but you got to listen.
Right.
And the fact that they've done nothing to remedy what happened literally nothing. I see nothing. Because clearly the defense was the bigger problem side of the ball. And you go change, offense was too, but you go change your offensive coordinator, but you still have your head coach. The guy at the top is still the guy at the top. That's not changed.
Right.
And you didn't even take away the defensive side of the ball from him and let him be a head coach. Like, to me, that would have been the easiest solution. Todd, look, we love you. We want you here, but we got to do something about the defense. We need you to hire a defensive coordinator because we want you to just manage everything. You need to be
absolutely
walk around
stupid. Yeah, which would have been absolutely stupid. Why would you hold on to a guy who's a terrible game manager and not let him do anything else? It's just silly.
But that would have been the easy out for the team because he might have declined and then he retires. Right. Whatever. Right. There were ways around this, and they chose none of them.
Right. I mean, that's it. And that tells you all you need to know as far as where Mike's head's at. And Mike, and yesterday, his agent, Derek Gilmore, went on with T-Crass on 620 and basically said, we love the Bucs. We love all those folks, but Mike's goals are to win a Super Bowl and break records. Does this look like a team and an organization that's going all in to win a Super Bowl right now? No. And I think Mike even knows this, that if they do spend, Josh Capo, who does a great job estimating contracts and what contracts are worth on the open market, he had Mike Evans, if he was going to re-sign with the Buccaneers at 1 year, $18 million. And if he goes on the open markets, 2 years, $50 million is what his value is. And I said this last week, and I agree with him. I think his value is right there. I mean, if the Patriots were willing to pay Godwin 28 last year, then they're probably willing to pay Mike 22 for 50 right now because it's a piece that they really need. And everybody sees Mike as not only a great productive player still, but a guy that is a culture changer or a culture enhancer, super competitive guy. And that tells you another thing about the Buccaneers. If they're not willing to go to the mat for Mike Evans, who is not only, as I said, a great production player and dictates defense, is great in the red zone. We don't need to go down that list, but he's also a core competitive guy. He's one of the guys that keeps you competitive with his fire, with his commitment to the team. And those guys are rare. They're rare these days. Obviously Max Crosby is one of those guys, but they're rare. We just don't breed them like we used to. We just don't. These kids are not about team. They're not about winning for the most part. They're about the money. They're very much the mercenary attitude now is cultivated from high school into college. And when you get to the pros, it's just another paycheck. Nobody really cares about, shouldn't say no one, but it's very hard to find those guys. And they're key. They're key to any championship season. You've got to have guys like that actually give a shit about winning. Because newsflash, most of them don't. Hate to tell you, most of them don't. Yeah. So if the Bucs aren't willing to go to the mat for this guy, then it tells you, once again, it just reinforces what they're doing. Meh. They're not about exceptional. They're not about climbing to the top of the ladder and pushing does this look like a franchise where it's all gas, no brakes? I mean, seriously? I feel like I'm in a 75 Pinto going in the right lane, hoping both tires don't blow out.
Don't get rear-ended.
Yeah. Oh, still got a little bit of tightness in the back end of the neck. Oh. Chiefs Law Group. Yeah, it's just, it's, and that's for real, by the way, totally for real. It's unconscionable that you could, get to this point with this franchise, but that's where we're at. That's where we're at. And so I think, judging from everything I've heard yesterday, Mike Evans is gone. I doubt very seriously Levante David comes back. And if he does, I'm not sure the Buccaneers want him, nor should they. He has reached the end of his career. To play the position that he plays, it's just really, really hard to do at 35, 36 years old. It's really difficult to do. And especially the way he's played and the level that he's done it. Last year, they had to drain his knee before every single game. And you might say, well, we want to do that this year. Chances are we will. And if it's not that, it's probably going to be something else. Now, here's the other thing about Mike, okay? And this is where I'm going to flip it a little bit. Jason did say yesterday that he wants to have some flexibility to do things that might surprise you because surprises come up all the time. Now, that piqued my ears. Oh, okay. So we might do something big. Okay. I said this before. I'll say it again. If you're going to take that Mike Evans money and pay Max Crosby, I'm good with that. Maybe there's this some type of. Well, I don't think Mike's going to hit free agency here. I should have looked this up before I threw this out there, but they can still negotiate with Mike and they can sign him to a contract, but I'm not sure if you can sign him and trade him. But I have to double check that. Whether the Raiders would be and John Spytek would be interested in something like that. Because here's the thing. Is this team better with Max Crosby than Mike Evans? Yeah. And the Lightning are better with Jake Gensel than they were with Steven Stamkos. It hurts like hell to say it. It hurts like hell to do it. But you got to do it. In order for this team to get better and be more competitive, Mike's $25 million on the open market, $20 million if he re-signs with the Buccaneers. That money is better spent defensively, but you better effing spend it well, and you better effing bring in somebody that has that same competitive drive to replace Mike Evans, and that's Max Crosby. Again, these guys are rare. Productive guys that care about team and care about winning and will hold others accountable. They're rare. You got to have them. If you're going to win anything in this league, you have got to have them. In any sport, you got to have them. So if you can go spend that money on that guy, the Bucs can get better. And then you follow up that with bringing in a veteran inside linebacker like Lloyd. Now you're making moves that are actually going to make this team substantially better. Substantially better. They come with risks. Older players get injured. I get it. The whole damn thing's a risk. There's a lot of risk in this game. So can this team be better without Mike Evans? Absolutely. But you better bring in some dogs. I'm not talking about going to the draft. I'm not talking about getting puppies. I need dogs. Boop, boop. Not. Burp, burp. We need boop, boop.
I wonder if we're going to get the Ball Hawks speech from Bowles at the combine.
Yeah, we need some of that.
I think they thought they got some last year, but they didn't.
Yeah, that's what you need. Dogs. I don't need no cats. Need more cat meow. Remember that coach speak? That was awesome. That was one of the greatest rants of all time.
It was pretty good.
That's what this team needs. And it can be better with Mike Evans if you spend that money wisely. And at this point, I don't have a lot of confidence.
Here's an issue for Mike Evans, though, as we guess he's going to go into free agency. He's making what, 20?
Yeah, 22, yeah.
His projected value right now at his age and with his injury history is it's just under 14.
Yeah. Well, that's is that from Spot Track?
And over the cap. Yeah, both of them are right around the same.
Yeah. Yeah, I trust my man Josh Capo a lot more. Because now, is that likely his production next year? Is it likely to look like a $14 million player, which would be what? 750 yards, 5 touchdowns, 80 receptions, something like that. Is that what he's projected be at, right?
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. And depending on the offense you're in. Now, look, if he comes back in this offense with Zach Robinson and Baker Mayfield and he's in the shape that he was in last year, I project that to be those numbers to be much higher. If Mike Evans stayed healthy last year, I think it would have been a 1,300-yard season, 9 touchdowns, 90 catches.
The streak would have continued.
Absolutely, 100%. No question about it. But it was you break your clavicle, but the hamstring had also popped up again.
Yeah.
And if you want to pay Mike Evans 2 years, $50 million for those hamstrings,
nope.
In New England,
Not interested.
Listen, it might work out. It might work out wonderfully because Mike's that great a player. He's that guy. But survey says those hamstrings are going to be a problem. They just,
want me to give you
that's just part of it.
You want me to give you a scenario that Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans are absolutely going to hate?
Sure.
as far as I think one of the places that he would fit really, really well. It's not Atlanta. New Orleans.
Listening. Oh, shut up. And he'll never play in New Orleans. That's crazy.
Lattimore's not there anymore.
Doesn't matter.
They think they've got a quarterback. They don't have a receiver.
You do not understand, Tom. Timmy.
I do.
No. That's a no. 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 No, that is not happening. Nope.
Telling you.
All right, let's take a quick break. We'll come back on the other side, and Brian Bradley is ready to go at Benchmark International Arena as the Bolts get set to take on the Toronto Maple Leafs tonight. So, quick break. Back with the great Brian Bradley next.
Having issues here. Please hold.
Please hold.
They gave us the touchdowns, the tackles, the unforgettable moments. Now the NFL legends are teeing it up for a cause that matters, caring for kids. Join the Tampa Bay NFL Alumni Association annual golf tournament on Monday, March 16th at Carrollwood Country Club. Spend the day golfing alongside former NFL stars who played the game at the highest level. The day includes complimentary breakfast, luncheon, and award ceremony. The winning team will get an expense-paid trip to Tucson, Arizona to compete in the Super Bowl of golf tournaments. Register today at givebutter.com/QLHP3I. That's givebutter.com/QLHP3I. Or call James Ridley at 813-773-5723. 813-773-5723. Sponsor limited. Register today. Monday, March 16th at Carrollwood Country Club. Play golf, meet legends, impact local kids. Sponsorship still available.
Here for Pitch Roofing, one of our new sponsors and the most reliable and honest roofers in the business. They love the Lightning, and Bolts fans be entered to win a pair of premium Mark Club seats with every free roofing estimate from Pitch Roofing. Seats include food and beverages, early access, premium entry, and a backstage tour of Lightning Vision with yours truly. Always get 2 to 3 estimates when replacing your roof, and be sure to include Pitch as one of those roofing companies. With a free estimate from Pitch, they're not trying to hard sell you. They educate you on your roof and the process. Even if you do not choose Pitch Roofing as your roofer, they want to leave you feeling informed, knowing the different materials and manufacturers, and understanding the process and warranties. Very, very important. Pitch is an Owens Corning preferred contract, Better Business Bureau accredited, and MySafe Florida Home approved. That's very important as well. Pitch prides themselves on full transparency and customer first level of service. They also offer financing options, including 0% plans, ensuring a stress-free experience. Call my friends at Pitch Roofing, 727-67-PITCH. That's 727-677-4824, or go to pitchroofing.com.
Pitch Roofing, roofing done right.
Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. JP. All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show on this game day Wednesday. We got hockey tonight. We're brought to you by the great folks at Riveters. If you're not coming to the game tonight, that's a great place to go watch the hockey game. A lot of Lightning fans love to gather at Riveters because of the great food, because of the great service, the micro brews, all the good stuff. Riveters, right there north of 275, the best place to watch sports in Tampa. No question about it. All right, let's welcome in the man, the myth. He is a Hockey Hall of Famer, and he is also a man who has played for Team Canada and knows what it's all about, wearing the leaf on the chest, my friend. What's up, Brian Bradley? How are you, my friend?
Good, JP Peterson. How are you doing today, buddy? Great day for hockey.
Still basking in the glow of the USA's win over your Team Canada, my friend.
Yeah.
And, what a game, though, huh? What a game to watch. It was my favorite game of all time, but that's just me personally.
No, the game was incredible. The pace of play of the game, the speed of the game was outstanding. I mean, you know what? I thought both teams, and not only, we'll talk about the men's more, but even the women's game. I mean, the U.S.
Fantastic.
women's team was so dominant all year round. I mean, and the Canadian team took them to overtime, and, U.S. had to come back in the women's game and score with 2 minutes to go to tie it. They win in overtime. I mean, unbelievable. And then the men's game, I mean, I thought the first period was pretty equal. Then, Canada really took over play, and really, and you know what? I said the day before, I wrote a text to my boys and a couple of friends. I said, the only way I can see the U.S. winning this game is if Hellebuck's got to be the best player on the ice, and he was. He was outstanding. He had so many great saves, and you can sit here and say this and that, but at the end of the day, Canada had lots of opportunity to score. McKinnon missed an empty net. Tays had one in front. I mean, McDavid had a breakaway. Celebrini had a breakaway. Canada had a 5-on-3.
So many opportunities.
I mean, 5-on-3 and you don't score. So, you know what? U.S. Jack Hughes, he had the golden goal, the first time they won in 46 years. And I think overall for the NHL, it was fantastic.
Yes.
The hockey was amazing. The NHL had been there in 12 years. All the guys were excited to go. It was a fantastic opportunity for all the players to be there, be involved. And you know what? I think the NHL was super excited because I think, for the players to be there, and then if they had to do a dream picture or a dream scenario, I think they were looking at Canada, U.S. in the final, go to overtime, and the U.S. win. Yeah. That's what they were dreaming, and it happened. So you know what? Growing the game of hockey all over the world, there was 30 million viewers watching the game on that Sunday morning. That's incredible.
That's just in the U.S.
Yeah.
So I don't know how many people live in Canada, but everybody was watching it, right?
Oh, yeah. Canada for sure, everybody. But just in the U.S., at that time of morning, there was 30 million viewers when it went to overtime. That's incredible, the whole thing. So, you know what? The U.S., they got the golden goal. Jack Hughes with the shot. You can break it down a million different ways, but at the end of the day, U.S. won, and we'll see everybody again in 4 years in France.
That's right. It's going to be awesome. And the rivalry just keeps going. So, and I asked you this on text, so I can't wait to hear what you're going to say. As a goal scorer that you were and are, still a great goal scorer. I mean, if you're McKinnon, if you're Tays, if you're Celebrini, these guys, they got to be staying up late at night, waking up with a cold sweat with those opportunities that they had to win that game. Am I wrong?
Yeah, they got to be. You know what? Celebrini had a breakaway. McDavid had a breakaway. He almost deked himself right into the goalie. And you know what? I don't know if that was a good attempt or not, but Celebrini had some great chances. I mean, Tays, getting a pass from Mitch Marner right across the slot for a backdoor play. I don't know how Hellebuck got it. I really don't know how he got it. But the one that was a killer is McKinnon. I mean, you know what? He had a perfect chance to score, open net. All you have to do is, and sometimes it's not that you panic because those guys are Stanley Cup champs or world-class players, but he just took it for granted. Maybe the puck was rolling. If he would have stopped that puck and took his time a half second, he would have scored 100 out of 100. He just kind of took the shot and it flipped off his blade a little funny and just missed the post and went behind the net. But I mean, that is so slim to happen, but it happened. And you know what? You don't get a replay of this whole thing. That's hockey. It's like, in football, basketball, guy that makes a 3-pointer to win. In football, you make the catch in the end zone for your team to win the Super Bowl. That you don't get a replay. It's over. So, you know what? We had our chances. USA won the gold medal. You got to give them credit. They withheld Canada, and Canada was all over them for the last 2 periods. I mean, I don't know. Connor Hellebuck was just unbelievable net. I mean, now he's got to go back to Winnipeg, which they're probably going to hate him in Winnipeg. No. And they're not even going to make the playoffs because they're so far out of the playoffs right now. Winnipeg, I don't think they can make the playoffs mathematically. So, I mean, they've got such a good team. They were the best team in the league last year. President Trophy winners, and now they're not going to make the playoffs. So it's going to leave a bitter taste for a lot of people up there, I can tell you that.
Yeah, if I were Hellebuck, I'd get an injury and go home. That's what, get the hell out of there before they kill you.
Donald Trump gave him some award last night as
Presidential Medal of Freedom.
Yeah, whatever that is.
You better not try to bring that through customs.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. In the
Canada.
Canada, might never see it.
I would leave
so.
that at home if I were you, Connor. Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
You may confiscate that at the border. All right, so let's go on to this team right here in front of you that you're showing us. This Lightning team, 19-1-1, going into the break. Who's on the ice tonight? Gensel's back, right? He didn't go up to the Washington D.C. So is he in tonight?
Yeah, you know what? It's an option. It's an optional skate right now, which is kind of interesting. Vazzy just went off the ice right now, so Vazzy's in net tonight. He was in the goal, which is right down here. He just skated off the ice right now. They've got JoJo in this net down here now, or the backup guy. So they've got all the guys like McDonough's on the ice. Cirelli's not in a red jersey, so that means he's cleared maybe to play. So everybody was talking about Anthony Cirelli. Would he be ready to play or not? I mean, you know what? But there is no Gensel on the ice. There's no Kucherov on the ice. There's no Hagel on the ice. There's no Braden Point on the ice. There's no Hedman on the ice. There's a lot of guys that are not on the ice right now. So, McDonough's out there. But, let's talk about the Lightning right now. I mean, coming off in the last 21 games, they're 19-1-1, which is crazy. Which is crazy, you guys.
Unbelievable.
I mean, we got 78 points right now. I mean, you know what? We got a game tonight. We play in Carolina tomorrow. But you know what? Our team looks good. We're getting healthy. And the thing about it is we've been hurt the whole year. I just am amazed at how good Julian Breezeball and John Cooper, who I don't even know how he can't win Coach of the Year after we've had 7 million injuries this year to all our guys, especially on defense. I mean, there's guys that we've never even heard about, Datsu and, Crozier. And, all these different players who've come up and played defense on our team that no one even knew at the beginning of the year. So, I mean, I love our team. I mean, you know what? I love our toughness. I mean, we've got guys that can fight. We got guys that can score. That's what you have to do to win the games. We have to have guys that can do stuff like that. There's our defense right down there. McDonough's on the ice. JJ Moser's on the ice. I see a Chernak's on the ice. Those two guys,
Did we lose him? Oh, we lost him.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
First time we've ever lost him.
Yeah.
There he is. He's back. You're back.
I have someone tried to call me. So, it just knocked me off.
He's doing a show. Get out of here.
Yeah. But you know what? You got JJ Moser on the ice. Chernak played Slovakia. JJ Moser played for Switzerland.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of guys, but like Hedman isn't on. One of the guys we were talking about before the morning skate was Anthony Cirelli. I mean, he's been in a red jersey this whole time, and now he's in a white jersey today. So he might be cleared to play. So now we're talking about having two guys back. We got Point playing tonight, which I heard he's 100% in. And now we've got Cirelli could potentially coming back. So we got pretty well a full team going tonight. The only guy is Nick Paul we're not sure about right now. He's still not on the ice practicing, but everybody else is good to go. We got Sabern up here. We got Curtis Douglas, our tough guys. Maybe one of them will play, but, I still like those guys in the lineup. You know what? Because, you can't have guys running around banging Kucherov and all these different guys and going after Point and going after Gensel and going after Hagel and Cirelli. Like, you got to have a guy that can fight. And because, you play the Florida Panthers. That's what they do.
That's right. Yep.
That's it. And, we play the Florida Panthers, their game, where we want to take them out. They're not the same team. They're not the same team. So, but it'll be interesting to see. It's a sprint to the finish now. I mean, the Lightning are in a good position with 78 points, 37 wins. Toronto, who we're playing tonight, Austin Matthews, I heard is maybe a question mark. He was at they've been partying him and Gensel, but then he was at that State of the Union address last night.
Yeah.
They flew him back on a plane. I heard he might not be playing. Maybe he's playing. But, I mean, these are teams that, they play tonight against us and they play tomorrow in Florida. So these teams need points. Florida and Toronto need points because you're running out of games now, guys. You're down in the last 25, 6, 7 games. You don't start putting 3 or 4 games in a row. You lose 2 or 3 games in a row, you're going out of the playoffs. Like I said, I don't think Florida or one or both of them are not making the playoffs this year. Toronto or Florida are both out. That's my
agree.
guess.
There was something that reported that Berube said he expects Austin Matthews to be in the lineup tonight against the Lightning, but they were in Washington D.C. last night till at least midnight. As they were in the chambers at about 9:30. They were announced. They probably didn't leave till 10:30. So
yeah, I heard he had a private plane pick him up, a Learjet pick him up.
Yeah.
Probably from Toronto. They had a Learjet go get him, bring him back down here for the game. So, I mean, but like I said, they'll be ready to go. But, you got to think, guys, they're coming from Italy, time zone change. I mean, the game starts at 7, which is 1 or 2 in the morning. Yeah, they're imparting in Miami. It's different for Hagel and stuff like that. They came back. They didn't do all that stuff. So, you know what? It'll be interesting to see how Gensel and Matthews look tonight. But, a lot of guys will be well rested, ready to go. I think the Olympic guys that we have, like J.J. Moser and all our guys, Chernak, I mean, Hedman, we go down the list, and, Hagel, they'll be ready to go. I mean, you're going to see those guys playing at a different pace. That Olympic games were so fast and crazy. So you're going to see a lot of guys playing at a different level, but we still have the guy in net, and that's the key. Vazzy's been outstanding. Kucherov, I think he's only 6 points behind Connor McDavid right now. And you know what? I heard Connor McDavid's not playing tonight in Anaheim. They're resting him. They're keeping him out of the game because they got a little cushion going. That's what I heard. I don't know if it's true or not.
That makes sense. That makes sense. It'd be crazy for them. Yeah. Listen, and I'll say this. Kucherov might get 6 points tonight. Yeah, I mean, he's got to be just absolutely chomping at the bit after, being off for 2 weeks and being so hot. I mean, this guy, he's going to be like a caged lion getting let out onto the ice.
Oh, yeah.
Both.
Oh, yeah. Him and Vazzy will be ready to go. They're well rested. They're ready to go. Like Fraley. I can't wait to see Braden Point. I think Braden Point is a key player in this whole thing as we move forward down the playoff. I know Hedman we talk about a lot. Braden Point hasn't had the year, but he's the guy that can change a game on a dime. His skating, his speed, everything he does. It's too bad him and Shirley didn't get to go to the Olympics, but it's probably great for us because they're well rested and ready to rock and roll right now. I can't wait to see Braden Point. He's fantastic on the ice.
Yeah. Yeah, and he just, to your point, he hasn't been himself this year. Just been battling injuries. These 2 weeks off for him, I think, is a very selfless act, by the way, because I think from what we've heard, he could have probably toughed it out and played in the Olympics, and realized that dream. But, for his country and for the Tampa Bay Lightning, he made a very, very selfless decision to not play, and that means he should be ready to go now, and that's crucial. The Lightning aren't winning the Cup without a good Braden Point, right?
Oh, no, 100%. I mean, you got to give him a lot of credit. I mean, it takes a lot of, you got to, just to say, hey, I can't go and play. He could have went over there and played 1 or 2 games and said, you know what, I'm out. I'm kind of hurt, so I'm not going to play. But that's not what you need to do. I mean, you got to give Braden a lot of credit for doing that. Sorelli was injured. I feel bad for those guys because, at the very end, they could have made the difference. Braden Point could have been a difference maker on that Canada team. A healthy Braden Point is definitely a factor in any game you play in. So
I blame Braden for the loss. I think it's his fault.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to tell him down below right now.
Yeah, tell him.
Yeah,
I'm not wearing my Braden Point Canada jersey anymore because of him.
Yeah, take that baby off. They got the Jack Hughes jersey, the golden goal.
Right.
I thought they have a golden sandwich now in New Jersey, a golden goal sandwich.
Oh yeah,
wow.
Yeah. How about that, Brian? 2 kids that were born in Florida.
Yeah.
Quinn and Jack Hughes. We had Espo on the show yesterday, and I told him, I said, Espo, you're the one who brought hockey to Florida. So you're the one to blame for these Hughes brothers taking down Team Canada. You know that.
How ironic.
It's part of it, though. I mean, could you, if I told you 20 years ago, 2 Americans from Florida were going to lead them to the gold medal over Canada at the Olympics, you'd be like, give me some of that weed you smoking, right?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, and they played great. I mean, they were a factor in the games, and, Jack Hughes played great. I mean, it's too bad he got injured early because New Jersey was playing really well. And now New Jersey has no chance of making the playoffs. And you know what? His brother, Quentin Hughes is in Minnesota now after getting traded by the Canucks from Vancouver. They got a really good chance in the West, but Colorado just made a trade the other day. They traded one of their defensemen away to Pittsburgh. So Colorado's in it to win it again, which they were the best team in the start of the year. They're still trying to improve their team after having a phenomenal record. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So does Julian do anything at the deadline? He loves to do something.
I think he's got to do something. We don't need toughness. We don't need that. Like we have the toughness
Face
we
off.
need now. And you know what? You can always pick up a score. There's a veteran guy that plays on a team that doesn't have a lot of years left, but wants to win a cup, that has scored 30 goals, that's played in the league 10 years. Bring him in to, play that third line role where he scores a couple big goals. Like a guy that, I don't know how many years he's got. Like, get a guy like Blake Coleman back from Calgary, beat that third lineup. You know what I mean? But I mean, like Yanni Gord and Jurgensen and Pontus, they've been playing phenomenal. At Holmberg, they've been unbelievable third line. So, you kind of got to be careful with what you do. You want to bring in some guys, but you don't want to screw up your good mix right now either. So, we played really good so far with a lot of injuries like Hedman, McDonough, Lilleberg's back, Chernak's been out. All these young kids at the beginning of the year, I was like, we're going to be in deep trouble. And we just reeled off 19-1-1. It's crazy with the kids. It's almost incredible what we did.
Yeah, and the depth that we built up during that, obviously with all the injuries, has really helped as well. So, I mean, at this point, Brian, last question for you.
Yeah.
Look at the East and tell me, who are the top teams, even the West as well. I mean, at this point, we got 25 games left. I think there's about 6 to 8 teams that can win the Cup. I'd put the Lightning in that spot.
Oh, yeah.
And I would say the Panthers and the Leafs are not.
Yeah, no, I don't know if the Panthers and Leafs will both make it. I think they're too far out. I heard Marchand's got some injuries. They might shut him down, but I just think they've got a lot of injuries like we have, but I don't know if they'll make it. Toronto's in trouble too. They've got to win a lot of games, and they haven't did a lot of that lately. Yeah. Buffalo will be interesting. Montreal will be interesting. I think it comes down to the 2 teams in the East. Washington's okay, but I mean, New York Islanders will be interesting to see if we play them in the playoffs. They could be a good battle, but Carolina is the only team that I would really consider. But you know what? I like our chances against Carolina. I really think we're the favorite of the East right now. I don't think there's a team. If you had to ask me if we're going to the Stanley Cup Finals, I'd say yes, we are probably going to the Stanley Cup Finals. This team is too good in the East. And you know what? The West is going to be interesting because I think there's I don't know about Vegas. I don't know about LA. I don't know about some of those teams. There's only a couple teams. I don't think Edmonton's going to come out of this. Connor McDavid and Draisaitl are amazing. I think the 2 best teams in the Western Conference are Dallas is maybe okay and Edmonton. But I think the 2 best teams in the Western Conference are Minnesota and Colorado's my favorite.
Dallas is without Rantanen for at least 2 weeks, probably a month after his injury in the Olympics.
They said, they could be longer. So to me, I think we could be looking at a repeat of Calgary, or we could be doing a repeat of 3 or 4 years ago when it was Colorado and Tampa in the Stanley Cup Finals. I think those are the 2 best teams in the NHL. Doesn't mean we're going to get there. I think Minnesota has a really good chance picking up one of the Hughes brothers on defense. But I think overall, I like our team. I like our goaltending. I like our toughness. I like everything about the Lightning, what's going on right now. I don't think there's a team in the Eastern Conference that can play with us in the best of 7. No way.
Yeah, there it is right there. You heard it from Brian Bradley. Let's freaking go. It starts tonight, baby, against the League.
You want to make a goal prediction for tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I say Kucherov has a 4-point game tonight.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to go Lightning win 6-3. You can never go a lot of goals against Vazzy. Vazzy's just too good, and he's been on fire lately. So, I mean, I think I like our team. I think it's going to be a little bit scoring tonight. Guys are going to be freewheeling and ripping around. Guys are going to want to really play tonight. I would love to see Gensel get a goal. I'm obviously going to do something for him before the game. Yeah. Maybe him and Matthews gold medal win for Team USA. But you know what? At the end of the day, I like it. I like us winning 6-3 tonight. I think we're going to put some points on the board. I don't think Toronto can go with us. I mean, you know what? We're just too good. We just play at such pace and such speed. I don't think a lot of teams can play with us right now. I think there's only a couple teams in the NHL like we talked about, Colorado, maybe Minnesota, maybe Dallas, that can play with. I don't think Las Vegas has a chance. I know they got Marner and Stone and all these different guys, but I just don't think they're going to get out of that Western Conference at all. I think the other teams will knock them.
It's going to be tough.
I don't think Edmonton's coming out of that West at all. No way. No way.
It's Colorado's year, no question. But you never know. Yeah. You never know in the hockey playoffs, man. And you never know in a gold medal game.
Yeah.
Man,
No,
I
hear
think
ya.
Best
if you
team
get,
doesn't win.
I think if we get a Colorado Tampa Bay final, that's going to be much like that gold medal game went. It's going to be.
Oh,
a
yeah, it's going to be
slugfest.
good. Yeah, I'm going to predict that it's Colorado, Tampa in the finals. I said that at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And we're going to win this time we're going to win 4 games to 2 in 6 games. We're going to take them down this year.
Well,
So,
if they don't allow
it's gonna
6
be-
men
it's
on
gonna
the
be
ice,
a flip. It's going to be a
win.
flip this year because this time we're going to win in Colorado in game 6.
Oh.
And we're going to parade down Colorado. I love it.
All right. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. Go. All right, Brad. I'll see you tonight, brother. Thank you, man.
Go Bolts. Should be a good one tonight. Toronto.
it's gonna be
Hate them just as much as Florida. Hate them too.
Yeah.
Ratings going through the roof when Brian Bradley comes on. Look at those numbers, man. They're just skyrocketing. Look at that. All right. See you, buddy.
Very nice.
He's ready. We are ready for the finals.
I'm ready.
Yeah. You remember that game 6 here in Tampa? Kadri comes off the bench. He's literally 100 feet on the ice before the other guy gets back to the bench. And taking a pass 100 feet away at full speed as the 6th man on the ice goes in and scores, and that's the difference. Get out of here.
It happens. You look at the Olympics.
Yeah, it happens. Am I still a little bitter? Yeah, I think I am.
It's okay.
right,
Bitterness becomes you.
We're gonna it does, doesn't it? We're gonna take a break. You'll come back on the other side. We got some Todd Bowles sound for you. Johnny Gerber is gonna give us his picks. He's also gonna be breaking down my swing and Rondé's swing and our chirping, our golf chirping, because we were chirping at each other. Johnny is a master at golf chirping,
boy.
so
Yeah, he is.
he can break that down as well. Lots of good stuff coming your way right here on the JP Peterson Show. Don't go anywhere. Well, the folks at Third Generation Plumbing and AC want to say thanks for making them so dadgum busy. Of course, advertising on your favorite Tampa Bay sports talk show helps, but it's their incredible customer service, honesty, and integrity that have earned them tons of 5-star reviews. And now you could be part of the team at Third Generation. Yes, they are so slammed, they need to hire more certified AC technicians and plumbers. It's a great family business to work for. My buddy John Rodriguez runs an old school family business since 1995. They pay well, give you all the holidays off, and they offer great benefits. No cold corporate atmosphere here. You're part of the family. If this sounds cool to you, call them and apply at 813-961-8024, or you can email your resume in at thirdgenerationplumbing.com. Just go to the website, you'll see the button, email them, or call them at 813-961-8024. And don't forget about the $169 yearly maintenance special. It's a no-brainer, guys. thirdgenerationplumbing.com, and they also do AC.
Ciao, Paolo Tini here, owner of Caffè Paradiso, voted number 3 People's Choice Award on Open Table. I want to thank all our loyal family of customers that have been enjoying our great traditional Italian dishes we make from scratch every day. It's a great family story we're proud of. Our family moved from Rimini, Italy in 1984. My dad, Caesar, started Donatello, and that's where I got the start in the restaurant business. I started Caffè Paradiso on South McDill in 1995, and we've been there ever since. From our traditional ossobuco, a veal slow roast for 4 hours, to our daily fresh catch, the Gruppo Paradiso, with a piccata sauce and lobster claw meat, homemade pasta like lasagna, farfalle salchicha, which is a bow tie pasta homemade with fresh sausage. Hold on a minute, JP's favorite.
I love it.
So come and have a glass of wine with me on South McDill. Get a reservation on Open Table and see all our 5-star reviews. Ciao, see you soon at Paradiso.
Welcome to Kingmakers, home of the JP Peterson Show studio and Tampa's premier business networking and social club for members only. By day, it's an exclusive, vibrant co-working space with a stylish conference room, focus rooms, a full production studio, and an in-house marketing team. And by night, Kingmakers transforms into a sports-centric social hub with a full sports bar, golf simulator, and exclusive events. For young entrepreneurs and seasoned professionals, it's the perfect place to work hard, play hard, and make big moves in Midtown Tampa. Close the deal, celebrate the win. Only at Kingmakers. Become a member today at kingmakerstampa.com. Your business, your club. Hey, JP here for my concierge medical professional, Chris Lugo, PA. You've heard him on the show for a couple of years where he shares invaluable medical, nutritional, and supplement advice. With Chris, it's like having a medical provider as your best friend. What I love about this concierge service is the convenience and support he offers. I can text or call him 24/7 with any questions or concerns, and he'll promptly call in a prescription if needed. No office visits or copays required. It gives me peace of mind knowing I have someone genuinely invested in my health, not just focused on insurance profits. And the best part, the Bay Area Modern Medical Center's personal concierge service is more affordable than you might think. Don't let insurance companies dictate your health care. Take control of your health and wellness today. Visit BAMMC.com for more information and to schedule your initial free consultation. Empower yourself and take charge of your personal health with BAMMC.com.
Sunny days or stormy nights, roofing problems out of sight. In Florida we stand so tall, pitch roofing, we do it all. Pitch roofing, roofing done right, for your home, day and night. When the hurricanes roll in, we've got the top that's gonna win. Protect your house from wind and rain. Choose pitch roofing, never in vain. Pitch roofing, roofing done right, for your home, day and night. Call us now for peace of mind. Top service you'll ever find. Pitch roofing won't let you fall. We're the best, just make that call. Pitch roofing, roofing done right, for your home, day and night.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at the Gold and Diamond Source. Always a great time to make up for your Valentine's disaster. The only way to do that is to go into her jewelry box and get all her old gold jewelry without telling her. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Or sneak into her apartment when she's not there and then go through her jewelry and get it.
You sound like a man of experience. Why every time we do a gold and diamond read does it devolve into something like this? No, ask her if she's still wearing this and say, honey, I'm going to go get you something really nice and shiny at the Gold and Diamond Source. Or just take your old rope chain and your Guido Italian horn and go take that thing in there. It's probably worth about 50 grand now, the way gold's going up. So you never know. So get on in there and take that old gold and any old jewelry and take it in there, see if they can give you cash for it, because they will, the most. And then you can buy something shiny. By the way, they have a new men's department that is much bigger and enlarged, and they have lots of pre-owned Rolex watches, new Rolex watches. So go check those out. Collector's items, great investments as well. They're always getting new ones in. So head on over there and check out their collection at the Gold and Diamond Source, 3800 Overton Road. Always online at goldendiamond.com.
Man, was there a more popular men's piece of jewelry or a necklace accessory than the Guido Italian horn in the 80s?
Oh, no. I had one.
I had one. I'm not even Italian.
Yeah.
They were
I am, and I did.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah. No, and mine had a big dent in it, too. And I didn't want to replace it because it was a great story. Saved my life. It's
bullet catch it? How big was it?
It was, you know, that was a big Guido one. Remember, I was the chief diver and recoverer at the TY Park water slide back in the day. So lots of gold jewelry would be lost on our exciting slide ride that would, people would come down and smash into other people back in the days when you could do stuff like this, and they would lose their gold, and I'd go down there and try to find it. And if I found it, I would return it to them. And if I did not, I would probably fish it out of the filter some other time. So I had this big Italian horn, and it'd probably be worth a lot of money these days. And I playing, I forget what sport we were playing or whatever was going on, something in the backyard. And I got slammed into the fence, and it like hit the Italian horn right there, like flush. Oh, and it took put an indent into my chest. Yeah. But it probably saved me from further injury. So there you go. Saved my life. Saved my life, my big Italian Guido horn. And I had a big, thick rope chain too. It was nice. That was a good one. But yeah, take it on down to the Golden Diamond Source and get some money for it. As you weep, as you turn it in from all the great memories.
Look, Mike, I'm taking exception to this. Mike says no one's Valentine's disaster is as bad as Tim's. I did not have one single Valentine's disaster. All 4 of mine went very, very well, sir. I will have you know.
From your perspective, would they say the same thing?
Well, I mean, they all want to go out again. As a matter of fact, I'm having to beat them. Well, I won't word it that way. I'm having to decline their invitations for the next week or so because I'm busy this weekend with more college baseball out at the Globe. So, yeah, sorry.
Oh, wow.
They're all like, when can we go out? They're sending me concert stuff. Hey, can we go to this? Do you want to go to this? Have you ever seen this?
That, Mike.
Yeah, Mike. Don't be jealous.
JS813 says the best Valentine's plan, reserve a booth at Applebee's and just rotate your dates in and out. Yep.
Look, again, I will say it again. Baby. Applebee's is not first date material. They got to earn that. That is upper class for me. All right. You get like the Kroger grocery store sushi bar on the first date. So
it's shocking that there's ever a second date. Let's just be honest.
You get lots of second dates.
Michael LaRue says, with Mike Evans likely gone, Levante David might come back to limit the PR damage. What exactly are the Bucs selling by bringing Bowles back? They better improve in the front 7 with game changers. See, that's the thing, bro. That's, is my whole pitch in the beginning of the show is if you're a season ticket holder, a luxury box holder, you can't be happy with this organization. And I know, and I spoke to a couple that are not, and they have voiced their displeasure with this organization. And, listen, we love the Bucs, and we love the Bucs, people that work over there. And I believe Jason Licht can get this right. I just don't understand keeping Todd Bowles. I don't get it. I don't see how that is part of the strategy here. And if it's about money, that's even more sad, to be quite honest. If you would let this mediocrity continue over 12 to $18 million and can't fire your coach, well, that's not a message that you want to be sending to your fan base. I mean, we don't know that for sure. All we know is that they love Todd. They love Todd. Well, then it can't be about winning. I mean, I don't mean this with any disrespect whatsoever. I don't. I love the Glazers. Love Todd, but the record's the record. I mean, it is, and the tape is the tape, and it's not good. And I haven't heard anything or seen anything that makes me feel it's going to be any better. Now, we haven't done free agency. We haven't done the draft. So now, again, you go out and get Lloyd and Max Crosby. Maybe you got to trade Chris Godwin. Maybe you got to trade Antoine Winfield. The Pewter Report had a very interesting trade prospect there. And Light said about making a blockbuster trade, quote, I'm not opposed. I wouldn't say that it's in my DNA to refrain from doing those things. It's just got to be right. It's got to be the right trade. It's got to be the right player. There's a lot of factors that go into it. It's the age of the player, the history of the player, and what else besides draft capital you have to give up. Once again, talking about the flexibility that we can maintain. So I'm not opposed to those things. You just have to see where the things go. Now, flexibility, talking about that is great. I understand that. But if you're holding back doing certain things because you want to have flexibility and then you don't pull the trigger, that's called being cheap. That's no longer being flexible. That's being cheap. So if you say, we want to have some flexibility, but nothing came about that we really liked, so we did nothing. That's cheap. That's cheap, and that's meh. And that kind of feels like where the Bucs are at right now. And until they prove differently, that's where they're at.
And is bringing Levante David back, is that really wooing your fans at all?
No.
Is that the PR statement that you might think it would have been a year or two ago? I don't think it is.
I don't think fans give a rat's ass about PR statements. I really don't.
I don't.
They're not. I mean, the sentimentality thing is just. It shouldn't. It most certainly should not be part of your evaluations. It should be a very small. If it is a part, it should be a very small part. Like if all things are equal, then if everything's equal, then and you want to have a choice between some other aging veteran and Levante David, you go with Levante David. Duh. But if it's Levante David or a linebacker in his prime, you go with the linebacker in his prime. I mean, what are we even talking about here?
I don't know that there's any move you can make that will make up for the PR hit you took by retaining Bowles.
100%.
There's nothing you can do to make
You want to talk PR hits? Yeah. Yeah. Well said. Well said.
Some breaking news, JP. I don't know if you saw this a minute ago. John Cooper's out the next 2 games after the passing of his father.
Oh, my God.
Just saw that on my X feed.
That's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
That's going to be a toughie. Man.
So, he's the consummate professional, though,
Wow. Whew, that kind of hit me hard there.
I can tell.
Yeah. Well, he speaks of his dad and knowing Coop like we know him. God, coming off the Canada heartbreak and now this.
Yeah.
Whew. Lord. Man. Prayers going out to John Cooper and his family. Yep. Really, really, really.
Tough timing. Never a good time for that, but it's tough timing for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if there was if it was sudden or what, but man, I hope, not that any way is good, but that'd be a lot to process. That's a tough one. That is really a tough one. Sorry to hear that, Coach. That's a tough one. Take all the time you need, obviously. Whew, I don't know how to move on from that, but we just.
How about with some levity, as Rick says that, let's face it, Todd Bowles is not Applebee's worthy. At this point, he's lucky to get a 7-Eleven pizza or a Slurpee. First of all, I can't date Todd Bowles because we're related.
That's right.
That's right. First of all, Rick.
Yeah.
So maybe you're speaking of for yourself. Maybe you won't take him to Applebee's.
Yeah.
On y'all's date.
Yes, absolutely. Bell says, I think 7-Eleven pizza is too good for Todd. It's not bad. It's not bad. If you get a freshie out of the oven, it's not terrible.
And you can order them whole, and they're only like $9 or something, right? Like,
sometimes you get them for $5. Sometimes they'll have a $5 spot. Of course, I'm a 7-Eleven rewards guy, so I'll get the text message, "Hey, come get a pizza, eh?" Yeah, love it.
Do y'all have QT gas station out there?
There's some places, yeah, not a big one, but
their food, at least here, their food is freaking amazing. Their deli and their pizzas and their hot dogs. Holy crap, man! Food's good.
QT, okay. No, they have they have a yogurt bar there. Do they not?
I think Racetrack is the
Racetrack, yeah, and QT. They're very similar. QT.
They're very, very similar, yeah.
It may be owned by.
I prefer the food at QT though.
Really? Of course, the
good date location too for a first date.
What about Wawa? You good? The Wawa food's outstanding.
I've never heard of that. What is Wawa?
You never heard of Wawa? Wawa was like the original big time gas station food.
Is that like Buc-ee's here?
Mm-hmm. It's not quite. It's not the size of Buc-ee's. Wawa's actually like you'll have it. It's a regular stop. It's not like on the interstate.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Take a vacation just to go to Buc-ee's. No, not that. People do that. Sick people.
Wawa.
I mean, I won't go into a Buc-ee's anymore. It's too crowded
with you.
It's too crowded. I'm not waiting in line for.
Oh yeah, I don't do.
The brisket's nice and they throw it down and it smells good and it's fantastic. But I'm not waiting 50 deep in a line to go
See,
to the bathroom or get.
I've never had to wait in line at one, except for the.
Oh God! They don't have a lot of them here. They're starting to build more, but there's one on 70, couple 75 on the way to Atlanta.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So they're few and far between. So people really get fired up to go to Buc-ee's, and you can't. The parking lot is like freaking Daytona 500 with 75 cars racing.
See, I have two of them within 15 minutes of my house.
No. You got to get on the interstate and drive for a bit to get. I don't think there's one in Tampa. I don't think there's a Buc-ee's near Tampa. I think the closest one is up 75. Correct me if I'm wrong, boys and girls. I mean, if it's not crowded, like it's late at night or something, I'll duck in. It's got good food. It's excellent. I love it, but I'm not. So we're rating gas station food
Daytona and then one south of Jacksonville.
There's no one not even near. The Wawas are all. We got one right next door here, so we'll zip on over there. The sandwiches are good. Quesadillas, they make a nice quesadilla. Do a buffalo chicken quesadilla. Really, that's our favorite. Ash and I, we'll do a couple buffalo chicken quesadillas. Sandwiches are good. Chicken's good. Shakes are really, really good. Yeah, Wawa's quality. I like Wawa. All right, let's get to some of the other questions here. What else we got?
You going to the Grand Prix this weekend?
No, I don't think so. Is it this weekend?
I think so. Yeah.
Is it? I thought it was the next weekend, but I could be wrong. I've ignored all my March 1st Grand Prix stuff. Yeah,
March 1st.
Oh, well, I'm probably gonna miss that, but maybe. I don't know. Let's see if I can get a late credentials, or there's always tickets hanging around too. Our good friend Alejandro's in this morning. Says, good morning, JP and Timmy. Hope you're having a great day. Can't wait to talk Tampa Bay sports. Glad the Lightning are back to play and Rays look okay. Jay Fraley looks pretty good as our right fielder. Yeah. How about that? Couple of diamond catches, 3-run, double, triple yesterday. He has looked fantastic. Says Josh Lowe, who? Get the hell out of here. We got him. And Jacob Melton, by the way, hit a bomb the other day. We did a nice Big O show yesterday. We went through a whole bunch of Rays stuff. In fact, I was going to play the Jonathan Aranda take this morning, but we'll do that maybe on Thursday. He had a really, really great monologue on Jonathan Aranda and how good he thinks he's going to continue to play. And he's really, really is kind of a star, a budding star, and a great story. Great story. Coming out of Mexico, was discovered when players were looking at other players. I forget. He had somebody, a big timer on his team, and then the Braves were like, who's that kid? Because he wasn't very big, kind of skinny, but just great bat to ball skills. Mm-hmm. And he spent 11 years in the minors, 10 years in the minors, I think, before getting to the show. So he's just still, 28, 27? He signed as a 17-year-old. So he's a really, really good hitter. I don't know if he has the power to protect Caminero, but he might. He's still developing, so we shall see. JSA,
crazy that a guy can still be developing after 10 years in the minors.
Yeah, I think he's a late bloomer.
Yeah,
I'm that. There are such things. I was an early bloomer, obviously. JSA13 says, I'm glad the 22-acre deal was finalized without issue, but still a long way to go. Hopefully the stadium deal is resolved soon so we have shovels in the ground and we open the new stadium in 2029. To that end, the Times did a big piece this weekend that could not have been more diabolically negative. It's just unbelievably bad.
God, I don't get that.
Yeah, it's so funny because they never scrutinized the St. Pete deal like this at all. Not at all. It was the worst boondoggle ever, and they never scrutinized it at all. And now it's like they scrutinize every little thing with this Tampa and don't know the numbers and don't know how it's going to. I mean, there's so many options for this thing to be financed. And I've been talking to a lot of people about this and behind the scenes. And the funny thing about it is there's the entire piece that they wrote. I think I said this yesterday, but it's worth saying again. The entire piece they wrote was so negative about how the county is going to have to come up with $57 to $74 million, the county and city every year to pay for this, which isn't even close to accurate. And the whole thing is like trying to find all the numbers in this. And you just don't know. And they completely discount any money that will be made over the property taxes that are going to be created in that special taxing district. Just go, oh, we don't know what it's going to be. Right now, the property's worth about $4 million, but we have no idea what it's going to be. Really? Because when you put $8 to $10 billion into a project and you build 30 buildings and restaurants and bars and condos and office buildings and apartments, when you build all those things, people actually move into them, and then you create revenue. I know it's a stretch.
That's crazy.
Because it doesn't really happen around here except every effing block in Tampa.
Crazy talk.
It's just the amount of cranes in this town are just insane, and they can't build enough. But we really have no way to project what kind of revenue will come. Well, actually, I do, because I can look at the Battery in Atlanta and show you there was in 2023, so 3 years ago, there was over $40 million raised in TIF money, and they don't even apply that to their calculations. $40 million a year, which is, there's more available here in Tampa because it's going to be much bigger. See, if you project on what is on there right now, which is what the Times did, pickleball courts and mostly parking lots that produce no revenue. If you project using those revenues, then yeah, you can't get there. But if you project you doing what the plan actually says you're going to do, which is build all these things that produce the revenue, it's kind of easy to get there. But they don't want to do that. That's too positive. But the funny thing about it is, I'm trying to find the exact quote. But anyway, they talked to Clendenin, who's part of the TSA and on the city council. So a guy that knows probably more than anybody what's available. And this is the quote, right? I feel as though what I've been presented with is going to bring the needed revenue to do the debt services and be able to do what we need to do for infrastructure, said City Council chairperson Alan Clendenin, who serves as the Tampa Sports Authority as well. But I still need to see it all spelled out on paper. So there's the guy who's involved in the negotiations that's seen all the numbers and says, yeah, it all looks like it lines up. But we're going to write an article that says exactly the opposite based on not a whole lot. So it's just, at this point, it's just ridiculous. And this is why there's so many people that are negative about it. And I tell them all the time, well, if you listen to the people that are actually involved in this and don't have an agenda, they're pretty positive about it. So Alejandro says, Ray's outfield looks good so far with Melton, Fraley looking good offensively and defensively. Hope Cedric Mullins can show us a little bit more. I think our outfield is actually going to be okay. It's spring training, Alejandro. So all these guys have played in the major leagues before. So we know what they're capable of doing when the lights are on. It's not groundbreaking. Some of it's heading in the wrong direction as far as Mullins goes. Fraley is more of a platoon player. Melton has great talent, but we don't know yet. So there's a lot of unproven speculation. So yeah, looks good in spring, and I always want to be the optimist, but I also have to be a realist and know that, hopefully they have good years, but certainly not a sure thing or even close to it. What else we got? Aviation this morning says, I would love to see Trask back in Tampa, or at least someone competent enough to start at least one game. Really? Kyle Trask is the backup quarterback. They actually talked about we need to get a better backup quarterback yesterday, which I found kind of interesting. I mean, really? All your needs when we're talking about backup quarterback?
But wouldn't bringing Kyle Trask back just fit right in line with all the other moves they've made this year?
So meh. Absolutely meh. Let's just bring Trask back. We know him, right? Nice guy.
Comfortable.
Won't make any waves, right? Baker likes him. Good dude. Gator fans will be placated. Why not? That's where we're at. Instead of, let's go get Mac Jones. Let's see what we can find. Maybe, a guy that we could actually groom to take over for Baker, maybe push Baker a little bit, maybe, be capable of winning some games if and when Baker, someone we actually have confidence in, so we don't have to send out Baker with a broken hip, a bad lung, 4 broken fingers like we do every year. Like, it'd be nice to actually say, you know what, kid, you're playing hard. You need a couple weeks off. Come back even better. We got a guy that can play and win some games. What a concept. What a concept. It just sounds like I'm down on the Bucs. I am.
Yeah, what's up with you?
Right now, I mean, what are we excited about? Give me something to get excited about, and I will. Go trade for Max Crosby. I'll be banging pots and pans over here. Come on. JSA13 says Canada was the better team, but the U.S. won. That's the way the puck bounces. Oh, yeah. I love the way the puck bounces.
No comment.
JP's drive was in the rough. Yes, it was. So was Rondé's.
Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. If you're long, you're long.
That's why our Fan Stream Sports Golf Preview show is called From the Rough.
Mike H., knowing quite well the compliments will get your comment on the show. JP, you look really good for 62. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that.
Good call.
You don't even need a super chat. Just tell me I look good. Danny Boy K, what's up, brother? Says, good morning, gentlemen. This is my new account on X. My old one was hacked last night. Oh, no. Oh, no. Was that the one that did I see you buying a new car? Telling me your crypto mentor got you a new car? I need more episodes.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, he did. I went and looked up his crypto mentor. I'm like, okay.
I don't even know what those words mean.
It's, you have someone who gives you crypto advice.
All right.
I had someone.
I didn't know that was a thing.
I had someone like that once.
Oh, Lord. Did you get divorced?
No, it's ongoing. I can't talk about it publicly.
Oh, the litigation excuse.
All I'm saying is I hope I don't run into that dude. Woo! JS813 guys.
Kyle Trask.
He said, I can't believe Todd is still our head coach. The guy's mediocrity personified. Great guy, but we need to find a new head ball coach.
You think?
It's so true,
That's
man.
not even a hot opinion anymore.
Oh, I want to get excited. Want to get excited, Timmy? Here we go. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
We didn't execute.
There we go.
You know, even in the beginning of the season, we went 6-2. Those were hard-fought ball games. It's not like we were blowing people out. We were kind of winning because we were doing the right things at the end of the ball game. I don't think we did the right things in the second half at the end of ball games, and whether it was special teams, defense, or offense, from
or
a
coaching
standpoint, and from a playing standpoint, got to be better at that.
Yeah, right to bed. Right to bed. So he's saying basically there we got lucky the first half of the season when I actually won games.
Yeah. And
when we didn't, we didn't. Wow. All right, this is on the coaching changes.
Well, a few of them retired, and when you have a season like we had, you need to make changes, starting with things that we got to do from the coaching staff to the players. And we had a lot of success with those guys that were here. Love them to death, and that was one of the hardest things we had to do. But we had to move forward, and as a head coach, it's up to me to make the right decisions.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you got to make changes.
What are we doing here?
Didn't make the changes that were really needed, but all right, here's Todd talking to Rich Eisen about Mike Evans and Levante David.
Now,
oh, wait,
that's the wrong one.
That's much more exciting. You just flipped it on me.
What's your expectation involving him?
I'm hoping and praying he comes back. I mean, he's been a Buc his whole life. You know, he's done so much for the city and the team of Tampa Bay that it's unmistakable. His legend is etched in stone there. He can still play at a high level, but he's earned the right to look around in free agency because he's played so long, and we just hope and pray that he comes back.
Is Levante a question of does he want to just keep playing, or is he also looking
Well, he
around?
hasn't made that decision yet,
Right.
so he's also earned the right, and both of them are legends and
Right.
has carried the team and the city for the past how many years, 10 plus years, and they've been playing 13 and 14 years. So, we're waiting to see what he wants to do, but he's earned that right to do that with all the years he's played.
Well, I mean, that just tells you that, there's no, hey, we got to get him back. He's the core piece of this thing. Blah, blah. No, they know.
They know.
He's gone.
They already know.
And they're okay with it. Again, if they go and take that money and get Max Crosby or some really badass defensive players, there's Mike even said it, or his agent actually said it. He's very impressed with the talent in the wide receiver room. We got great talent. We are deep at that position. No question about it. Mike's a game changer. He just is. He still is. And as I've said many times, I've never seen him in better shape than he was at the beginning of last year. And he was going to have a monster season if not for those injuries. But that's what happens. Old players get injured. Young players get injured.
The cart of Emeka.
Yes. Yeah. That's it. All right. We got to take one last break. And when we come back, the great Johnny Gerber is going to join us. We got picks for the Cognizant as the Florida swing is underway. Valspar in a few weeks right here. And he's going to also critique my swing, Rondé's swing, and our chirping abilities on the golf course. This is going to be an epic golf segment. You don't want to miss it. Brought to you by the great folks at Genesis of Tampa. If you're looking for a new car, if you want to get rid of your car, Genesis of Tampa is the place to go. Great folks in the community, not a bunch of shysters that you'll find at most car dealerships. These are actually real people who care about you and getting you a great deal. They'll become part of your family. That's how they do business. That's how they run their business at Genesis of Tampa and the Murphy Auto Group. We love them. We work with them right here in this office each and every day. So head on over to Genesis of Tampa. Take those cars for a ride. They are fantastic, great value, great luxury, and they'll make you a great deal. GenesisofTampa.com. Back in 3.
They gave us the touchdowns, the tackles, the unforgettable moments. Now the NFL legends are teeing it up for a cause that matters, caring for kids. Join the Tampa Bay NFL Alumni Association annual golf tournament on Monday, March 16th at Carrollwood Country Club. Spend the day golfing alongside former NFL stars who played the game at the highest level. The day includes complimentary breakfast, luncheon, and award ceremony. The winning team will get an expense-paid trip to Tucson, Arizona to compete in the Super Bowl of golf tournaments. Register today at givebutter.com/QLHP3I. That's givebutter.com/QLHP3I. Or call James Ridley at 813-773-5723. 813-773-5723. Sponsor limited. Register today. Monday, March 16th at Carrollwood Country Club. Play golf, meet legends, impact local kids. Sponsorship still available.
Italiano Insurance would like to congratulate the Bucs on their 50th anniversary season. And you know what? We've been here for every season and then some, over 60 years in business. We've seen some smart coaches with great game plans, but if you don't have flood insurance or business insurance, that's a terrible game plan. That could ruin you financially. You don't want to take that L. So call 813-877-7799 and let their friendly agents quarterback your insurance and save you big money. Italiano also sponsors our FSU report every week, so go Noles. 813-877-7799 or go to italianoinsurance.com. Experience the art of driving at Genesis of Tampa, where luxury meets innovation and every detail is crafted for you. From the bold G70 to the refined GV80, Genesis delivers power, elegance, and technology years ahead of its time. Book service online, and our Genesis Experience advisors will pick you up and drop off your vehicle. If available, you can enjoy a courtesy car while yours gets a complimentary interior vacuum plus a generous offer for your trade. Every new Genesis comes with the Miracle Advantage Plan, 10 years or 250,000 miles of powertrain warranty and 4 years of complimentary maintenance. Visit us at 801 East Bears Avenue or online at genesisoftampa.com. Genesis of Tampa, luxury redefined.
Sports fans, it's time to gear up. Head to fanstreamsports.com and check out our brand new merchandise store. We're talking bold t-shirts, 3/4 zips, hoodies, hats, mugs, and more. Everything you need to rep your favorite shows and your favorite crew. Whether you're rolling with the J.P. Peterson Show in Tampa Bay, From the Rough in Dallas, the Tim May Show featuring Clay Hall, or the Jeff Thidoff Show in Ohio, or any of our FanStream Sports original programming, we've got the perfect look for game day and every day. So don't wait. FanStreamSports.com. Click merch and grab your gear now. Wear the stream, live the stream. FanStreamSports.com.
Hey, kick off the new year by impressing her with a real diamond, a natural diamond from Golden Diamond Source. Don't start with a fake diamond, guys. That's a really, really bad idea. And if you're ready to pop the question, find the perfect engagement ring at the Golden Diamond Source, just like I did, just like Nick did. It is the best selection, the best staff, the best everything. And discover the new Emily collection by Emily Johnson Weintraub, a sleek and modern jewelry line that makes everyday gifts absolutely extraordinary. And by the way, gold prices have never been higher, so turn that old unused gold into cash or a stunning new piece. Just take it on down to the Golden Diamond Source and trade it in. Lots to get done at the Golden Diamond Source this new year. Start with an engagement ring from the greatest, the Golden Diamond Source. 3800 Alberton Road, always online at the Golden Diamond Source. JP here for Riveters, our new official sports bar and grill of the JP Peterson Show. And just like our show, no BS, no corporate chain feel, just amazing, authentic folks serving great comfort food in a casual atmosphere at unheard of prices. Riveters is located just south of Raymond James and Steinbrenner Field on Dale Mabry, walking distance to the park. So free parking, great place for pregame and postgame. Let's talk about fresh food. Nothing is frozen. Burgers, wings, prime rib, roasted fresh daily, never frozen. That makes a huge difference. The mahi, the salmon, also super fresh. All our sauces are original recipes made in-house. Our Warhawk chili and fully loaded potato soup is made fresh in-house. It's the best food anywhere, served by people who actually care. Riveters on Dale Mabry, just north of 275, just south of where the Bucs and Rays play. We'll see you there. Hey folks, Rays baseball and the summer heat will be here before you know it. So don't let your AC unit strike out and cost you hundreds or thousands for an emergency repair. Get a 1-year maintenance plan from Third Generation Plumbing and AC for just $169. Though will come out twice a year and service your unit. Clean the drain line, make sure it's running to peak efficiency. If you need an emergency repair, it's going to cost you hundreds, if not thousands more. It's a no-brainer, guys. Just call the great friendly folks at Third Generation. They work with American Standard Heating and Cooling to ensure you have the most efficient and durable units. Their split systems offer the highest efficiency available while reducing energy bills and maximizing comfort. So choose my guys, John Rodriguez and PJ, at Third Generation, along with American Standard Heating and Cooling. Don't wait for the emergency that'll cost you thousands. Call Third Generation Plumbing and American Standard. 813-961-8024. That's 813-961-8024 or thirdgenerationplumbing.com.
Let's go. Right now. Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
All right, welcome back to the JP Peterson Show, brought to you by the great folks at KingMakersTampa.com. Become part of this great private club right here. You can use this production studio at KingMakersTampa.com. All right, let's welcome in the man, the myth, PGA Tour pro, and one of the best teachers in the game, and knows a little bit about chirping, too, on the golf course, the great John Gerber. What's up, brother?
What's going on, fellas? What is going on?
Living the dream, baby. Florida swing is here.
So this is where the real golf starts, right? Florida swing is here. And, back in the day, JP, I know you remember, when the PGA Tour was kind of going on, not really starting, but maybe 10 years ago, this was kind of, for the guys, this was kind of the start of the year, right? I mean, yeah. The West Coast swing was great, but there wasn't that many events. You had the Pro-Ams and you had, AT&T and and then you had Palm Springs. But this is where I've always felt like the PGA Tour started. And this is kind of how we've always done well starting this year in terms of the handicapping and the betting. So this year is not going to be any different. The fields, this week obviously is a little weak compared to the next few weeks with the signature events coming. But nonetheless, You're at a great venue, one of the most difficult venues on the PGA Tour. So we're looking forward to it, and it's a little bit weather dependent too. I'm not saying it's quite like AT&T out at Pebble Beach, but you can get some rough weather down there at PGA National. It can cause havoc on some of the guys.
So we'll just go tell Chris Gotterup that his 2 wins don't matter. They don't count. We'll tell Scotty Scheffler his win doesn't count. We'll tell Justin Rose and Jacob Bridgman their wins don't count because now real golf starts. Is that what you're saying?
Well, I mean, you could tell them that they're not going to listen, but coming from the guy that hates California anyways, like what? Yeah. I mean, I thought you'd agree with me.
I also hate
Scotty Scheffler.
Yeah, screw him.
Yeah.
Now, Torrey Pines, that's legit. That's a legit deal.
Riviera, Torrey Pines.
Yeah.
Riviera. I mean, listen, the golf venues, I'm not saying that they're bad. I'm just saying for me, living in Florida, going to college in Florida for so long, I always felt like I got amped up and felt like the season was on its way once it got to Florida.
Yeah, it's real golf. All right. And the Cognizant, I think JT said something about the field, and this is one of these tweener events that if this commissioner has his way, will probably not be around for long. And it's not a premier event. So but it's a great opportunity for some of these younger players to get a tour win, get to the Masters, and jumpstart your career.
Yeah, it's sad, really. I mean, it was, the old Honda for years and always had a great field. And, before the signature events, kind of got on the PGA Tour schedule, it was always a packed field. They moved around golf courses a lot down there in South Florida just because,
this used to be the Jackie Gleason Inverary Classic.
Yeah. Boy, you're dating yourself. You're dating yourself.
I used to go to that.
Very nice.
We crawl under the Inverary and Doral, be back-to-back weeks. We crawl under the fence and get in. That's Palmer, Jack, Lee Trevino, Johnny Miller. Yeah, baby.
You and the alligators there. I know exactly where that Inverary is, boy. It's a little outdated compared to some of the stuff in South Florida.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it used to be good. And then they moved it to TPC Eagle Trace for a couple years, and then you got the Norman effect. Greg Norman said it was too hard, too difficult of a golf course. I think 1 year 1 under 1 and 1 year 1 over 1 at TPC Eagle Trace, and Greg Norman's like, we're not playing here anymore. It's just too difficult. Which okay, I mean he had some pull back then. And then they moved it to Heron Bay for a while, and then they moved it up to Marisol for a little while more north. So, it's been jumping around.
It's been around.
It's
like
just
most South Florida girls, it's been around.
Yeah, you've ran through them too, so we get it. We get it when it comes to that. I said used to, but it's sad.
70s and 80s.
Yeah.
We know.
I just think it's sad. There's just a lot of history there, and I hate to see it go. There's ways to get around it. Cognizant coming in as a new sponsor was helpful, but it kind of fits that mold, JP, a little bit like Valspar in Tampa. It's such a good golf course. It's such a great event, and it's supported in West Palm. It's just you're kind of sandwiched in between these signature events and the Players Championship, and it's just a hard sell for some of these guys schedule wise. But you and I talked about this before. You know how you solve these things. If you move around these signature events and don't keep them at the same places all the time, let Valspar have a signature event and move some stuff around. You'll get some of these great old venues like Innisbrook and PGA National to get these big fields. You just will. So
the owner of Palmer right now, Bay Hill I don't think Bay Hill is as good a course as Copperhead. Would you agree with that? I think Copperhead's a much better challenge.
Well, I think Copperhead's harder. I mean, I think it's a harder golf course than Bay Hill.
That's what I'm saying.
It's a more wide open Bay Hill than Copperhead is. So when you get some of that weather and blowing, you could really get some higher scores, and you could see that this time of year in Florida, JP Special Central Florida. It gets windy. So they're playing into that, but yeah, it's just really sad. I mean, I played the Florida Open when it was at Innisbrook. This is probably 12, 15 years ago, and it was over par 1. So, it's just a hard place, and, you're never going to get –
the rough is grotesque right now. I played it on Monday, and it is grotesque.
Yeah, it needs to be any more difficult, right? That place. I mean, I think you're always going to have, for the majority of the time on the PGA Tour, you have Tiger's event at Riviera, you have Jackson Murfield, you have Arnold's at Bay Hill. Those are 3 signature events, and they're signature events, in my opinion, by name only.
Yeah,
great venues for sure. But like I said, let's move it around because you're missing out on some really good golf tournaments, and this week is one of them. And this week's one of them.
Well, Johnny, let's get to your picks because we got a lot of stuff that JP wants you to evaluate here with golf swings and stuff. And
all right, let's get to the picks.
I didn't know it was a lesson. I didn't know it was a lesson week, but so we'll still dive in there. We'll still dive in there. But hey, listen, we lost a little bit. Second losing week last week in a row. So we had the first 4 weeks we were profitable. Last 2. We kind of, didn't hit the profitability mark. We're still plus 170 units for the year, 3, 4, and 1 on our matchup. So, listen, we're still profitable. This happens every year, right? We usually are down.
You're a slow starter. You're a slow starter, but you finish
for sure. Well, usually, when the West Coast swing happens, I'm usually sleeping, so the time change gets me a little bit. But no, I like the card this week. Nikolai Horgaard, first on the list at 20-1. He's second on the PGA Tour in driving distance, and I think you might get 2 of them. Like I think you might get Nikolai and Rasmus. So I had to pick one of them. So if one plays bad, I'll switch it over. So we got 9 people on our card.
Nobody would know
potentially. But that's right. Nobody would know, but. I know he's one of the favorites that I normally don't pick when it comes to something like this, but with a short field and a kind of, Ryan Gerard's the only guy in the top 30 on the FedEx Cup list that's playing this week. And you only have 3 of the top 50. So like I said, you can go by that. I like him at 20-1. Michael Thorne Bjornsson, 22-1. You look at a guy like that, he has all the tools, one of the longest guys on the PGA Tour. And I'm not saying PGA National is going to reward length after length. It's just, you have to have an all-around game. I think short game is important just because you're going to miss greens out here. You're just going to miss greens. It's just the way it is. But length is certainly going to help. I like him at 22-1. Aaron 2 Gloves Rye. Tim put that in there, but that is very correct at 40-1. If you look kind of his makeup, the guy's a grinder. If the weather gets potentially rough and windy, he's a guy that's never going to count himself out. Plus, he's got a really hot girlfriend. So his hot girlfriend means he has a lot of confidence. And he wears 2 gloves and he has iron covers, JP. He has iron covers on his irons.
Oh, so that's bad.
When you compare those 3 things, iron covers, hot girlfriend, and
here's the problem. His hot girlfriend, since it's Florida, is going to be hanging out at the pool. And if you have iron covers on your irons, chicks don't dig that.
Well, it's
going to be a bad swing for him.
Just goes to show how much confidence this guy has to be able to put those 3 things together, right? So that's how
you
jokingly,
read it that way, but no.
But jokingly, the guy's a grinder, and you're putting him in a conversation of value of 40-1. If the weather gets windy, used to playing that in Europe all the time, so I like him in that spot. And a hometown guy, 85-1, our ham sandwich pick, Eric Cole. Hasn't come into great form so far this year, but it's kind of a get right time for Eric Cole. He knows his golf course better than anyone, lives in the area. So at 85-1, even though that, he's not coming off, this year as a great start, great value with our ham sandwich pick, 85-1.
It's a long shot. Okay.
Yeah. 2 top 10s, Daniel Berger plus 325, Andrew Putnam plus 1,000. I love the way Daniel Berger's game is trending. He's a Florida guy, knows this golf course extremely well, really good on Bermuda.
Yep.
Yeah. So listen, the pressure is off of him. Like he had last in the fall, only having so many starts on his major medical. I think it frees him up a little bit. I think he's extremely healthy. So I like him at plus 325. Oh, how you doing?
Oh, Aaron Rye's girlfriend, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just saying she's.
I don't like club covers. She just said it. I heard her.
I think so.
She says, "I want to go. I want to be Tim's next Valentine's date."
She likes the 2 gloves for some reason. I don't. You can put that however you want to put it into. But hey, Daniel Berger, listen. Let's move on. Andrew Putnam plus 1,000. 1,000 to finish in the top 10.
Okay.
Yes, 1,000. Andrew Putnam is number 1 on strokes gained around the greens. Now, you're not going to have to go extremely low at this golf course. I would think probably 12, depending on the weather. 12, 15 is probably going to win. You're not going to get in the 20s out here unless it's, 4 days of nothing, which you're not going to have. Stroke gain around the green is an important factor when you go into a tournament that you don't have to go super low to win. $1,000 to finish in the top 10. Andrew Putnam, I like a lot. And 2 top 20s, both at plus 175. Alex Smalley, plus 175, and Max McGreevy at plus 175. Max McGreevy finished 4th here last year, so he likes the golf course. And Alex Smalley shot 64 in the last round here last year. So these guys got some good vibes going into this year.
I like that.
And some pretty decent value at plus 175 for 2 guys that are really good putters on Bermuda greens.
All right, that's your card for the Cognizant Classic. Great stuff. All right, now let's get to the meat of the program here. All right, Johnny. So Rondé and I played with the great Scott Smith from Channel 13 and the great Whit Watson from the Golf Channel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nice group.
Nice
we had
guy.
the other day.
Yeah.
Really good dudes. Had a lot of fun. So we get down to the last hole, and I said, Rondé, all right, let's have a little fun with the camera here. So I want you to judge the golf swings and the chirping from the 2 contestants here.
I don't even have to look at it to start. I know the chirping is going to be better than the golf swings. I'm sure.
True.
So we'll start there.
He nearly forgot his glove getting up to the tee.
Okay.
It's Rondé doing the play-by-play.
He had quite the day today.
He was going to give you 2 shots if you were in front of that tee too. I promise you. You still hitting that driver I got you, or did you break it already?
Oh no, I love that thing. As far as you know. There's a family area over there. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
So we had to clear that before I hit.
All right.
Keep going. Why'd you stop it?
I didn't stop it.
Oh.
Why is it freezing?
I don't know. It froze.
I know. I played golf with you, JP. Your golf swing's not that bad to freeze the camera, and you didn't hit the camera, so we're in good. I think you're all right.
Well, it ain't playing.
Here we go.
Yeah, the video just freezes right there.
Oh,
that's the video doing that.
All right, let's go to the next one. Screw up the whole bit. Look at this swing.
No, not bad. Is that Rondé?
Yeah, that's Rondé.
Not bad.
He's a 1. You can't hear my expert commentary because it's blowing like 30 miles an hour.
I can tell you right now, it's too windy to play golf.
Not bad.
He gets a little lateral out of dress, right? So that's, to try to get behind the ball. If he stayed more centered, he'd probably hit it a little bit better. Does he hit a cut?
That's with a jacket on, too.
Yeah, he was hitting the ball straight, and this into 30 mile an hour. This is how clean he hits it. The ball wasn't even moving.
Yeah.
Like when you're hitting the ball straight with your driver into a 30 mile an hour wind, that's right. That's good, right?
Yeah, that's really good. Yeah. And I would look at a guy like him, super athletic, and just let him be an athlete. Right. I mean, you're the same way. You're a good athlete. Most people, a lot of people do know, and a lot of people don't. JP is a really good athlete, as much as he'll tell you that, but he's really good. He's a good athlete. And, I always tell people that are athletes and people that I coach and teach that are former athletes, that's my number one thing. I said, be athletic. To contrary to belief, golf is an athletic sport. You do have to be athletic to play it. So be athletic first, and then we can fix the playing and the body mechanics later. But be athletic. That's the most important in golf.
All right. Well, here I'll do this this way.
Okay.
All right. There, look at that. I'm a lefty.
All right, a little underneath the plane. Looks like you take it a little bit outside underneath the plane. Did that go left?
It was a nice draw into the wind.
Okay, yeah.
So we both got winded a little bit, but here's where they ended up.
Wait a minute.
I don't know.
Wait a minute.
If there was a huge gust of wind right when I hit.
Oh, that's mine. Wait,
you outdrove me, man.
By 10 yards.
That's yours.
Wow.
You didn't let him live it down. I know that for sure.
Oh, hell no. He was hitting it 50 yards past me all day. But not on that one. Not on that one. That one, not the money shot. And here's the last one.
He got a little lateral.
We go closest to the pin. He hit it on the front. I got like 130.
Decent lie in the rough.
Let's see this.
What club?
Oh, yeah.
Copperhead course.
Not bad, JP. Little outside.
4-iron, 130 out.
Is absolutely
Dude,
destroying.
it just ballooned right up into the wind.
Yeah.
But it's so perfect.
Yeah, well, you took it a little bit outside, got underneath, and didn't cover it, so you created spin, right? That's why it kind of ballooned up in the air. So that would be my professional opinion. If you work the club a little bit more around you going back, you can cover a little bit more as opposed to having too much vertical motion with your arms. So that's that from the start. So you can see the shaft is over your right shoulder going back. It should just be under your right shoulder with your body
a little bit tighter to the body.
Yeah,
inside.
Right.
It's at it. Okay, all right.
A little bit more inside.
Not too bad though. Not too bad for an old hack like myself. No, in all fun, Rondé is a fabulous player. I think he had 3 birdies.
Wow.
He probably shot. So we were kind of goofing around, but he probably shot 72 out there. I mean, the rough was really, really bad.
I saw it.
You get like 2 feet off the surface, a foot off the surface. There's a small apron, and then it's just deep. So I had this one shot, and I'm like, how do you even play this? You got to hit it like a bunker shot. You have to go down and like hit it like a bunker shot. And I was 10 yards from the hole. I mean, it's hard. I don't know how they're going to play out of that shit, but they know. They'll kind of maneuver a little bit. They'll keep an eye on the weather, but all rough is not created equal. What most people think. I mean, you go up north in that bluegrass, you can get 5-6 inch rough, and you could go down and play in the Bermuda and get 2 inch rough, and it's way more difficult the 2 inch rough than it is in the bluegrass. Yeah, this stuff is thick. It stops your club right away.
It's not St. Augustine, was it? Where they did the blend of the St. Augustine thick course of grass?
Yeah.
That's impossible. That's impossible.
So that just makes it like hitting fairways is absolutely essential. If you miss it, it's a penalty. It's a 1-shot penalty.
And that's the way it should be. And those fairways aren't runways either. I mean, it's tight and it's they're not, and you don't get a lot of roll out there. It usually plays, this time of year, windy, it can get soft, but it's not like a lot of run out. And they usually play that at a par 70, or they play at par 71, JP, at 71 for the turn. Yeah. Okay. 71. Yeah. I think there was one hole. Is it the front or back? They convert the par 5 to a par 4, and it makes it a little bit more interesting.
It's always plays 71 for.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but listen, again, it's going to be sad, and I don't know how the contract. You obviously know more than I do. What's the contract for Valspar?
They're good through 30. They're good through 30. And they get right now, they have 18 of the top 50. They'll probably get to 26, 27. It's a great field comparatively for a non-signature event. It's a fantastic, especially coming after 2 signature events, the Players and Arnold Palmer, which, that's behind the scenes, that tournament is struggling. It's struggling. I'll just say that.
And it's like a lot of tournaments on the PGA Tour, man. Sponsors are hard to come by. And this is what we talked about, before the Brooks Koepka announcement, and maybe some of these live guys coming back. I don't want to talk about live, but, the sponsors really have some leverage when it comes to maybe sponsoring these PGA Tour events. I mean, I could have told before even Brooks Koepka was doing his reinstation, coming back to the PGA Tour, I told Tim, and we talked about this 6 weeks ago, that Brooks Koepka was going to play in the Cognizant because he's the biggest draw, and he wasn't even a member or has been doing what he's doing now. But the sponsors can go to the PGA Tour and say, listen, we can give a sponsor's exemption to anyone we want. Right. It doesn't matter where you play golf. I mean, they give them to high school kids and not even members of the PGA Tour. What stops us from giving it to Brooks Koepka, who will be a big draw for us and lives in the area,
in West Palm,
and he's going to bring people. So if the PGA Tour said no, we're not going to do it, then that's the leverage the sponsors have. Say, well, we're not going to sponsor your event anymore. Like it's what it is, and the PGA Tour can't afford to lose sponsors. They're not.
It's on TV too, not just the locals, but it helps with the ratings on TV too. He's a draw either way.
Sure. And an event or the PGA Tour is in a little bit of trouble when you have these long-standing sponsorship like Honda. Honda's got money. Listen, no matter what you say, Honda's got money. So why are they taking away their sponsorship for the PGA Tour? So if you go backwards and look behind the curtain, is maybe that there's not as much value for the PGA Tour because some of these bigger name guys have left. Right? That's what they want to see. I mean, they want to see Koepka. I mean, I hate to say it, but people want to see Phil. Good, bad, or indifferent, but Phil moves the needle in a lot of different. I agree with you, Tim, 100%. But he does. but he does. He just does. So, what's the value for some of these sponsors? It's going to pony up $5-6 million for a title sponsorship.
So way more than that now.
Yeah.
It's 12 to 25 million for a signature event.
Yeah, and I don't know how they kind of separate it in terms of the title sponsor, and they have other sponsors that combine into that pool. It's not like Cognizant's giving the whole 10, 12 million for the event. So they'll pool their money together. That's something that will never come out, and nor did, because it was a nonprofit. So they don't have to disclose these things. Right. Now that's for profit. You'll be able to see, for people who are interested more in the financial part of it. But it just bothers me. Move the signature events around so you can get the PGA Tour as a collective whole, as opposed to kind of
do away with signature events. We don't need signature events.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too far different from you, Tim, when it comes to that, because you've already cut the field from 125 to 100, right? And and that's a big deal. And I look at it a little bit different. I mean, if you look 10, 15 years ago, the top 125 to 150 guys on the PGA Tour probably couldn't win. It's just fact. I'm just, now the guy that's 150 can win. That's how good these guys are. So the field is so much better and the players are so much better. Why are you cutting out great stories? I mean, 3 years ago, no one knew who Jake Knapp was. He was 160 on the money list, and now he's a superstar. So you have these guys that give them opportunities, don't take away opportunities.
I agree 100%. All right, Johnny, great stuff as always, my friend. We'll be looking for your matchups, which will be out Saturday morning. So
yes, sir.
We'll collect our money on Monday morning. That's what we do.
That's right. That's all right. Appreciate you, fellas. Thanks for having me on. We'll see you next week.
From the Rough Golf Show coming up tonight. What time you guys go live? 5 o'clock?
5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern, right here on FanStream Sports later tonight, wherever you get your podcasts.
And you can listen to Johnny and Timmy argue for the entire show. It's fantastic.
So much
great
fun.
Stuff. So much fun. All right. Some other quick comments here or anything. I was going to ask him about Charlie Woods going to FSU, but we all know. Go Noles.
I think we need to look at that one more time before I shut it down.
Chris Cole says Evans wasn't upset with Bowles. He was upset with the players who messed up in 3rd and 4th downs in the Atlanta game. I don't know about that, Chris.
Yeah, that's
he's probably mad. He's mad at the situation. I don't know if it matters, whether it's Bowles or. My question to you is, do you think, Chris, that Mike has a lot of confidence in Todd Bowles getting them over the top to another Super Bowl?
I mean, because that's the bottom line where he is in his career right now, right? Like, that's all that matters.
Exactly. And that's a no. That's a hard no.
Because otherwise, I feel like he would have committed already. He'd have said, man, I'd love to come back to Tampa. We're going to talk about it, and hopefully, like he did last time, right? Like, that's kind of what he did last time.
Yeah, it was a much different time. I think, Baker was emerging. Things were definitely headed in the right direction. I think there was still some kind of hope that Todd would be able to get this team over the top. But now we're 2 years removed from that. We have more and more information, and it's not trending in the right direction. It's just not.
And a bigger body of work with Todd Bowles now than we did 2 years ago.
I mean, at that point it was just, it was only 2 years in. You're like, oh, well, it's the new Todd Bowles, and maybe, we've won a couple divisions. We can keep moving. I mean, even last year, at the beginning of last year, we were all very confident in this group. But the offensive line injuries really hit them hard. Josh Grizzard was not Liam Cohen. And the defense was awful. And that goes on Todd. And it never got better. In fact, it got worse as the season went on. Somebody asked him the questions about his scheme and whatnot. And the bottom line is, at one time his scheme was great, but it's not anymore. People have figured it out. They know what the checks are. And the longer you run with the same system, you have to adapt in this NFL or you become a dinosaur. And he has not adapted. It is clear that people know what's coming, how to defeat it, what the checks are. It's too complicated for the players to run. They're telling you that. Hall of Famers like Ronnie Barber are telling you that. And your eyes tell you that. Just watch the games. Go watch other games and watch how guys are not open all the time. Against the Bucs, it's ridiculous how open these receivers get. Constantly over the middle, constantly in the flat versus linebackers. It's the same stuff. So Mike sees it more than anybody, and he's there every day at practice. He knows how lax the practices are. He knows how the whole damn thing is. It's exposed now, It is exposed. When players are saying the practices are too easy, we don't practice enough, and I've been talking about this for years with Todd. He gives them off way too much time off. They don't practice hard, and they don't play hard, and they're not physical, and they're not big enough. I mean, there's a lot of changes that need to be made, and a lot of it is at the top, in my opinion. So,
and I know you scoffed at my Evans to New Orleans theory.
That's ridiculous.
If he ends up in the division, Atlanta, Carolina, whatever, can you imagine how much he's licking his chops at the prospect of facing this defense twice a year?
I mean, oh my God, you kidding me? Yes. There's just Mike's too competitive to go to New Orleans. I would put Carolina and Atlanta in there as well, but to a much lesser degree. No, he hates the Saints. You don't understand. He hates their fans. They hate him. It's a no. That's
a thing. I get it. That's a thing.
It's a no. All right, that'll do it for us today. We will be live tonight, obviously, at Benchmark International Arena for Lightning and Maple Leafs. I will see you guys there. Please come up and say hello if you see me. We'll have the post game for you on 102.5 The Bone with our good friends Bobby the Chief Taylor, Brian Engbaum, and Greg Lenelli. So we'll see you then.